Hello, so it's a new month. We're in May of 2024, and over on the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists page, Facebook page, they're doing a color combo among other definitely cool events that you can participate in. So I love the color combo this month. This is one of my favorites, and it's the green, or I guess it's like a spring green, a lemon yellow, and like a lilac or light purple. So I'm going to use, these are the paints that I'm going to use here. I have two of each of the colors, a lighter version of the purple and a darker, lighter of the green and darker, and lighter of the yellow and darker. So you can also use a metallic and a white and a black. The stencil I'm using is from Hobby Lobby. I got it on clearance for 39 cents, and it's in the section that has these cheaper paints. And I really liked the saying on this one, and it says, "Write your own future," and it looks like it's printed from a typewriter. And I love that it has like the leaves around it, and it just, to me, it's very fun. So I'm doing my greens where the leaves are, and then in the middle I do the yellow, kind of like where the words are, and on the bottom part next to the typewriter. And I'm just going to blend those colors together first before I add in the purple. I have my other gel plate out so I can brayer off on that gel plate and waste less paint. But I do still have my magazine. I'm trying this new thing where I keep a magazine off to the side, just tear off the cover, and then just brayer off on the pages. And as I fill up with paint, I will remove the page, and then I can use those with some mixed media type projects. So now I put down the two purple colors, and I'm just blending those out. All right, and then I will remove this stencil very carefully. This stencil does have some delicate parts, so you just want to remove it slow when it has a lot of delicate parts. Next, I'm going to be using some pearl powders and mica powders. I got this brush from Dollar Tree. It's very similar to brushes that I got on Amazon and that were in a set, but this one comes individual. This was the smallest one that I could find without it being the really thin one, so I decided I'd pick this one up and see if this would work just about the same as my little one that I'm using, the little round brush one. Now obviously, because this one's a wider area, it's not going to have as fine a detail, but it will, I think it'll still work out for what I'm trying to do. This next stencil I got from Artist Studio. This is the Poetic Script large size, and I'm putting that down because as I was putting the yellow on originally, I realized I wanted just a little more interest in this background. So some of this won't show through because I'm going right over where the pearl powders were already behind it. I'm just going to blend my three colors together. So I had the yellow in the middle, do some green on the top, and the purple I'll do on the bottom. And I'm kind of sticking with the colors where the paint colors were. So it'll be a tone on tone look. The white I'm going to use is Titan White. I realized I needed more paint than I originally started with. I wanted to also make sure that this print was going to pull up nicely, and I could see that the paint wasn't making it to the edges, and that's why I wanted to add more paint while the paint was still wet so that I can make sure I get a full print to pull up. While that one is setting and the paper is drying, I just decided, since the paint on this gel plate was not completely dry yet, I have a foam butterfly stamp from PM Artist Studio as well, and I'm just kind of pressing it down to get a little bit of an impression of the butterflies. I let this print set for about 10 minutes, and I wanted to make sure everything would come off nice and clean on this print. I do like to peel up all my edges before I remove the print, just to make sure all the paint is being pulled up with the paper. And here is this really beautiful print. It's really nice having those pearl powders behind the matte paints, and it's the texture or the design of the words on the background. They just draw the eye to what is back there, and so I think that's a really neat look. And then on this next one that kind of already dried with the butterflies, you're not going to be able to see these butterflies very well, but I did want to put all of the colors on this print, so I am going down and just adding each of the colors. There was quite a bit of paint that I had put down, so I do use my second jelly plate to brayer off some of that excess paint. I am trying not to completely blend the colors. I like that green separate from the purple, and that is the challenge because the colors do want to blend together just naturally, and the one that I'm brayering off, those colors kind of already blended together, but it's okay. It doesn't look like mud, and so I'm happy with that. Over on my other gel plate, I'm going to do the same thing and remove some of the butterflies, but this time I'm doing it while the paint is more wet than that white paint was on the other print. I'm actually removing the paint from the gel plate and then stamping the removed paint onto my brayer sheet and just doing it kind of around the edges. That's where the darker magazine print is showing through. I did walk away and I let this print dry completely. I'm going to remove this one the same way I did the last one. Just peel up the edges and then I'll peel up the entire print. This one looks more like a roll off, but it does have this really cool line texture just from where the paint kind of smeared. And it's got a little bit of the butterfly showing through, but just very faint. So for this other print that I'm working on, I wanted to add more of this pearl powder in the background, and it's going to go behind the butterflies so that the butterflies will be shiny. And for the pulling of the print for this one, I'm going to use the black this time. I'll be using my Golden Fluid Carbon Black. And here is the third and final print. This one you can see the pearl powders behind the butterfly wings in the 3 different colors, and they pop against the matte background. You can even see a little bit of the first print pearl powders that transferred over onto the last print. So this is the first print that we did, Write Your Own Future. The second print with more of the roll off on the second plate, and then the third one with the butterflies and the 3 colors. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of quick and simple technique to make some different color combos on your gel plate. And if you have any questions on any of the supplies that I used, you can definitely comment below. The pearl powders, I use Perfect Pearls, and I use these Josie mica powders that I got from Michael's, Josie Brewer. I'll link them down below. So, and the brush that I used with it was again from Dollar Tree. So, hope you enjoyed watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Happy crafting, y'all.